Hi, Kim West, the Sleep Lady, and today I'm going to answer Taylor's question. She wrote in, "We have a 20-month-old girl who has been waking 1 to 2 times a night for the past 3 weeks. Initially, it began while we were away visiting family for 9 days. Not uncommon. And we all slept in the same room, and she was in a pack and play. She got used to waking at night and then, of course, ended up in our bed. Upon returning home, she was adamant about continuing this pattern and began jumping out of her crib. We then moved her into the toddler bed version of her crib. She does not come into the bed with us, but instead we go to her when she wakes. However, the issue is that she requires hand-holding in order to fall back to sleep. I recently bought your book and have attempted to replace the hand-holding with a lovey or blanket, but she is not having it on night 2. The second you refuse to hold her hand, she goes into hysterics and climbs into our lap, clinging for dear life. It's 4:30 a.m. and my husband is in there now dealing with this, and it's been an hour. Please help. Taylor." Taylor, I'm really glad that you wrote in. This is actually a very common question, and there's 2 important things. One that is very common is that we go away on vacation and we backslide, usually for excellent reasons, like not waking up in-laws or friends, and and then when we get home, our child, of course, doesn't understand why we're not going back to the co-sleeping, night nursing, whatever it is we regress to while we were on vacation that we weren't doing before vacation. So that part's very typical. And the intensity of the crying tends to be worse, which usually is really upsetting to us as parents. And so we rush in to go fix the problem, and then we cause another problem. Okay, so that's super important. It's not impossible to get out of, so don't worry. The one challenging thing, though, I want you to think about is that you have transitioned your daughter into a bed very early. At 20 months of age, she more than likely does not have impulse control and the cognitive ability to understand stay in her bed all night long. The average, by the way, is 2.5 years old. Now, I have met some 2-year-olds who seem to get it, but I haven't met many 20-month-olds who have. So it may be that you're asking her to do and understand something that she's not ready to do developmentally. So it may mean instead turning the toddler bed back into a crib and either putting a sleep sack on her so she can't lift her leg up over the railing, or getting a crib tent, make sure you install it safely, and then doing the shuffle. Now, of course, if you get a crib tent, you immediately won't be able to hold her hand. So you might want to do some work before then, which I know will take a couple days to get the crib tent and turn the toddler bed back into the crib. If you are adamant about keeping her in a toddler bed, know that it could take weeks. I can't guarantee any success, and you will probably be at your wit's end by 2 weeks, but keep going. I have had success with a few cases at this age, but again, it's not the majority. But what you'd probably have to do is sit in a chair. And say, we'll hand hold for 2 minutes and then we're all done, and mommy's going to sit here until you're asleep, and when she comes over to try to get up on your lap, you stand up and you say, lie down, honey, and mommy will stay with you until you get to sleep. But again, I can't guarantee she's going to understand that. And so either way, you'll have to go through, a lot of sometimes crying and possibly hysterics. Know that you can hold her and hug her to calm her down. Just don't hold her to sleep. But I would push you to get the crib back out and to do the shuffle. And again, 2 minutes of hand holding and then into the crib. I love you, sweetie. And go through all the rules that are in the shuffle outlined in my book. Okay, I hope that helps.